right, folks. Hope you had an awesome weekend and mothers out there. Hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day. Um, did y'all experience any black fatigue this weekend? It seems to be something, of course, that has just picked up a lot of traction lately. Many of us, we've already experienced it. We've been experiencing it for years. And now, lately, and I think it has to do with the Carmelo Anthony um, situation, that it's become quite a big deal. And it's not just white people who are expressing their frustration with it. It's blacks in the community too. And it's out there, it's trending. Hashtag black fatigue. And you can look on any social media site, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, whichever one, and it is you will see a lot of videos with black fatigue. And it's real embarrassing, but I'm part of me is glad that it's receiving such a huge um amount of attention, rather, right? Because for the longest we've had the black community out here screaming, hollering, protesting, whatnot, in our faces, and claiming that racism doesn't exist in the black community because only black people, according to them, experience slavery. No other race can compete or can compare. So they embrace it, right? It's like victim Olympics, right? So, but you're seeing a lot of videos trending of just black people being horrible. Just and it's their tone. It's how they it's how they just go about things. They're fighting amongst each other, at a Golden Corral, and yeah, there's one out there. You can go check it out yourself. It happened over Mother's Day weekend. Not exactly sure what sparked it, but in Golden Corral, there's another one of a group of women, black women, of course, in Lululemon, and they're twerking because a song dropped that mentioned Lululemon, and they're out there acting foolish and deplorable. And then, of course, you got like that 12-foot bronze statue of a black woman downtown New York, and she just looks ghetto, right? You go through the comments, and people are just ripping her apart. It's like you wanted to signify strength or something special or whatnot about the black women in the community and whatnot, but you have her looking like she's just an angry black woman. There's like you just had Ketanji Brown Jackson become supreme one of the latest Supreme Court judges in history, of course, black female. You couldn't erect a bronze statue to reflect such an achievement if that's what you were really going for. The woman is out there looking like she's ready to fight somebody who just drank the last purple drink. All right. So it's and of course you have a lot of black females out there defending it, saying, "Oh, that's your auntie," and such. No, no, ma'am. That's your mama. No, no, ma'am. No, not none of mine. Okay, none of mine. Instead of her, you have other countries who have created statues to reflect their empowerment of women, and they're dressed as warriors. They have their armor on, their swords, their shields, their helmets. Look like they're ready to fight. They're ready for battle. They're not taking any prisoners. They're not holding back any punches. And then here you go, the U.S., and it's just us. What the heck? What the heck? But you know what? Before I'm not I'm gonna stop ranting. I'm gonna get to the videos. Before I keep going, hey, look, I appreciate you all stopping in, checking me out. If it's your first time, welcome. If you are a frequent visitor, thanks for showing up again. Instagram has really kicked off these last few days, but I really want that traffic here. But regardless, I'm thankful either way. Just don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share. Right? Keep the truth going, and it's good information. Trust me, I'm not just throwing stuff out there just to throw it out there. I come across a lot of stuff that I feel like should be shared, and of course, my take on it, because when I post on Instagram, I don't really go into depth like this. Instagram is just a way for me to continue to push out new media to you all. So follow me there as well. But without further ado, Let's roll it.
Black fatigue is a thing. Newsflash. White people don't want to live around ratchet black people, and black people don't want to live around ratchet black people. I mean, it's nothing like going to the Walmart on a Sunday morning and then you see the bonnet crew walk in. Loud, obnoxious, the kids are everywhere, in every aisle, unattended, and that's anywhere you go. No matter what. They're highly emotional, highly sensitive. You can't say nothing. You can't even smile and hold the door for them because they'll look at you like you're crazy. And always the victim of something. Either you stepped on a shoe, you looked at them wrong, you told them good morning. They're never happy, they're never satisfied. And you wonder why normal, good black people move out of the hood as soon as they start getting successful. I was one of those black people that said, man, if I made some money, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna buy up this, buy up that. I'm gonna support the community. As soon as I got my money, I got the fuck up out of there. Because they don't know how to appreciate good shit. And my suburban kids don't need to be dealing with that bullshit. Crab in a barrel mentality. Never take accountability for nothing. So yeah, black fatigue is a thing. And I'll tell you, a lot of people are fucking tired. They're tired of dealing with these kind of people on a daily basis. I mean, I get anxiety when I walk inside of a mall nowadays. I mean, because you got these YNs running around and they don't respect nothing. So I don't care what anybody says. White America is tired of you, and we are too.
5-year-old autistic black child, the N-word. I mean, Myron, let me just ask you that question. Do you think the woman was wrong to do what she did to that child in that park?
I don't approve of that, but what I will say is that it's very important to understand the entire context of what led us to this position. Earlier, we were talking about tribalism. Here's the thing. Black people can be as tribal as they want to be. You have people like Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson running around about black power and marry black women and keep it in the hood. But if white people assemble and say, you know what, white power, we need to keep our nation white, they're immediately ostracized and labeled as supremacists. You went ahead
and you meant the same thing.
No, actually, it is the same thing. Black people practice the very racism they cry about. You guys can gather together and say Black Lives Matter, Black Power, but if white people get together and say white power, they're considered white supremacists. There's a two-tier situation here where black people are able to benefit off of being racist while whites are not. Everyone's flipping out over Shiloh Hendrix and saying the N-word. Nobody flipped out like this when the United States was getting destroyed in 2020 because of black protests destroying every liberal city in America because someone got killed who was a criminal. That's the problem in America.
Shiloh Hendrix, it was a white lady who called a kid at the playground the N-word because he was in her stuff. She was out there with her kid, and they say the kid is 5. I'm hearing 10. Some are saying he's autistic. Others are saying, ain't no way, no, he's not autistic. And, but regardless, with that situation, you can go online and watch the video. It's out there all over social media. But I'm not going to show it here, of course. But what people are, and this is another thing that's wrong with the black community when they want to play victim Olympics, right? In this exchange on Piers Morgan that you just watched, you have the argument for for black people being victims and such like that, and they brought up Shiloh Hendrix, and if you go out there, a lot of people are actually supporting her because they're tired of it being a cry wolf situation, always about everything is racist no matter what, right? Because she said the N-word, and they go back and forth on who's allowed to say it, why it's not okay for them to say it because it's only okay for others to say, this, that, and above, and so on and so forth. But one of the biggest things that they aren't addressing, and it speaks to how just they just only care about themselves, right? So the person who filmed this exchange with Hendrix is a Somalian man who was arrested for sexual assault, right? Against a child. On May 2nd, there was an updated article that says that the case was dismissed. But regardless, during that time, when this first broke out, when this hit the media and it took off, no one questioned why there was a child predator out there. It is fifth degree criminal sexual conduct. Let's see. It was another guy that was with him, but two Rochester men will appear in court May 5th on joint charges, which of course we're past that date, after being accused of um, R-ing a 16-year-old after offering her a place to stay. And yeah, so like dude has it doesn't look like he's, a good guy. He's third degree criminal sexual conduct, and I'm not going to go into the details because of YouTube. You can go check it out yourself. But no one's questioning why he's at the playground with children and recording and things like that. Uh, but everyone wants to jump on board as soon as they see a white woman calling a black kid the N word. But it was like, well, that's what he's going to be when the N word. When you look it up, when you actually do some research on it, derives from the word ignorant. Um, and then of course, adopted its way into the black community, and even in rap songs. And Lamont Hill is out there just he even uses the N word, and you can watch the full exchange on Piers Morgan. I know that was just a clip, but it goes deeper and further on his show. But you know what? I'm not going to keep ranting. I still got more stuff to show you, so let's keep going.
Yes, the woman that called the 5-year-old the N-word has raised $700,000 and is headed towards $1 million. But it gets worse. The donators are leaving things like he deserved it. In her info for why she wants the money, she said she called him what he is because he deserved it. They're using horrible, horrible names to donate her money. She's getting donations by the minute, by the way. There is no justice. This serves no purpose. This does nothing but harm. People are also mass reporting this page and reporting them to the Better Business Bureau. However, nothing's getting done, and some people have gotten responses from the owners of the page who basically said, not my problem. This is a Christian donation site, by the way. Christian donation site. So cool. We now have another boycott called Give, Send, Go. Give, Send, Go, you have one option. You can show the entire world what you are, what you represent, and what you stand for. Also, what you think Christianity represents. You go take a look at those donations you're receiving and you tell me what you think, and if the money is worth sacrificing morals, values, and your own character. I also want to say people have responded by starting a small fundraiser for the little boy that got called the N-word, and they raised a good amount of money as well, and they've already closed it because they have ethics, morals, values, and character. If racists want to spend their pool of money together, understand you're a very small population in this country, and any businesses that support that will be exiled from our money. And we won't forget, this is the internet. Do the right thing.
This is another video that has gone viral, um, about that situation. And I'm gonna read you some comments from it, right? I posted it on my Instagram. You feel free to go and scroll through yourself and read the comments. Some of them, they do talk about the obvious elephant in the room with, regarding him, whatnot. But uh, you know, it, this stems from people, of course. Again, they're tired of the cry wolf mentality, and more so recently, we have the Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation, right? And how quick the black community ran to defend someone who was obviously in the wrong, right? Just things weren't adding up. The press conference was a horrible idea. The person who they chose, Dominic, to be their spokesperson, he has a long rap sheet. I think it's longer than a CVS receipt. And it's about the people that you surround yourself with, and it's also how you handle the situation. And of course, in the press conference, Austin Metcalf's father was there, and they kicked him out. Right? He had a right to be there. It was a public event. He wasn't doing anything, and the biggest thing that happened was like what he did basically was, how Carmelo should have handled it when he was told to leave the tent, right? Just go. They don't want you there. You showed up. They said, "Hey, nah, bye, go, what not." Just do it. Just leave, right? And that's what Austin Metcalf's father did. But regardless, this situation has stemmed from that, and people are sick and tired of it. Again, there it's the black fatigue. Um, so in regard to her Send Fund Go or Go Fund Send. I can't ever get it right. This is so many. It's ridiculous. But regardless, people in the comments are supporting her. Do they agree that what he said was right or fair? Um, no, they don't. But it's the fact of like, well, y'all are out here defending someone who is obviously in the wrong. So you know what? We're gonna match we're gonna match your energy. Some of the comments I'll read to you. If you guys can support your own, we can too. She's starting the movement. How is it racist? He tried stealing. Uh, if people can fund a person like Carmelo Anthony who admitted to the crime, then this can stay up, right? Um, people talk about the dude's lips on the clip. Uh, notice she used her words and didn't somebody in the heart. All right, again, referring to Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Um, it's the same thing they did for Carmelo, but just not half as bad. She's not a murderer. I bet this guy donated, talking about the dude in the clip, I bet he donated to Carmelo. And if you go on Carmelo Anthony's Send Fund Go, I posted a clip on Instagram as well about the series of racist and evil comments that were supporting him. They donated, and the owner of Send Fund Go, Go Fund Send, whatnot, of course, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Uh, he even said that, a lot of people, they were just on there just to donate the minimum, which is $5, just to be able to say something about it. And, yeah. So this dude, and this dude in the video, he's highly upset at the fact that, her fundraiser is taken off so well that she's getting paid, that, she's getting money. But, uh, I mean, like, so it's okay for you to do for yours, or you to do for, like, support Carmelo Anthony, but then someone actually does of course, not to the extreme as Carmelo, but does something wrong, something that you don't agree with, and now you have a problem with it. It's a double standard. You're getting a dose of your own medicine and you hate the taste. And that's what it boils down to. The whole thing with the black is real. You hear all of these celebrities, your favorite famous celebrities out there, right? Who are rushing, they quickly rush to the aid of the black community, the black man, woman, whomever who has gotten who's gotten in trouble. And notice the trend, right? The trend is they quickly run to the aid of someone who has obviously done something wrong. Like, I truly believe those who are defending Carmelo Anthony know that he is not going to get off. But they are taking the opportunity to try to make it as much about the race versus right versus wrong, which is what it is. It's right versus wrong. They blew it up into a whole racist situation. But notice how you got a lot in the black community, and even Don Lemon back in the day before he was, kicked off of CNN, he even said back then, like, he doesn't want to live in the black community. You have a lot of blacks who have left the black community, and they left it because they know how bad it is. Right? You go and you look up online Michael Jordan, uh, uh, Serena Venus Williams, I think it's Serena Williams, LeBron James, all of these big, celebrities who they left the black community behind. Yeah, they'll stand up. Some of them, not all of them. I don't know everyone's politics, but they left the black community and they're out there living with predominantly white neighborhoods, gated communities. Children going to the best schools, and they're not out here living like that. Lamont Hill, he's out there defending, the black community, and how racist it is for someone else other than a black person to say the N word. But he's not living out there in the black community where all the heavy crime is. There was a video out there of a girl that she was talking about. She went somewhere for lunch and she stopped and parked in a white neighborhood, and she was just talking about how nice it was. Well, yeah, because apparently the black community, they don't care to take care of stuff like that. If you haven't seen it already, there's a video out there of a chef who he made or he well he put his own restaurant in a predominantly black area, right? He wanted to give back to the community. He wanted it to be with his people and stuff like that. They totally trashed it. Totally trashed it. And black community now, and it's a crime scene, really. It really is. If you find it, it's on TikTok, it's viral. Um Let me see if I can find the name for you real quick, but hold on a second. All right, cool. So it's if you're on TikTok or Instagram or something like that, X, it's the hashtag is Pierre's Oakland restaurant. And this man, like, he's heartbroken. And it's nothing but his own people, the black people, the black community, who he wanted to, he of course he thought well enough of them, and thought that the black man or the black community deserved it, despite he probably believed the whole thing with it being the white man's fault and whatnot, and the Democrats are for us and such. Because why else would you open a restaurant in Oakland, in a very crime-ridden place, and predominantly black, and actually think that it's going to be successful? And he's out there. You can follow his story. He gives updates. But they destroy their own, and then they want to turn around and blame the white man for it, and say that it's everybody else's fault but their own. And they always want to cry victim over something. The N word. Look, I could care less about that N word, right? If you stop answering to it, I'm pretty sure it will stop being as powerful as you make it out to be, which is not at all. But then at the same time, you embrace it because you listen to the songs that say it all the time. You add it in your vocabulary. But you get mad when a white person says it, or anyone but a black person says it, right? So, all right, tough. I don't care. I really don't. I'm gonna show you these last two clips, and I'm gonna sign off for the night after that. But again, I appreciate you all stopping in. Don't forget to please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, receive notifications of whenever I put out a new video. Follow me on Instagram, and yeah, I'll close out before I end the video. But hey, just check these out, right?
Los Angeles a month. By 1970, there'll probably be 1 million Negroes in this city. And I know that people are concerned about this. They may not talk about it very often, but I certainly heard them shudder in church when he said there'd be 1 million Negroes in Los Angeles.
We shudder because we're saying, in essence, the majority of these people are not like we are. And we felt that maybe some of us felt we left the South because we were getting away from this problem. We are part of this exodus too. But we are a little maybe embarrassed by the fact that here we're going to have a mass element come in that's going to create a tremendous social problem in the community, to which we find a great deal of difficulty in relating to.
Well, I don't want to sound like a do-gooder, because I really am not, and I'm somewhat of a snob. But I do think that with these people coming in who are not our intellectual equals, nor are they of our sociological bracket, they're not to be a handicap to us. They'll find their own level. Now, I do sound like a snob, but I don't mean it this way. But they're used to living a certain way, and they too might rise up above their origin, and might one day be our associates.
The whole tone of this meeting is we're setting ourselves up as little puppet Jesuses. We can't help anyone else until we help ourselves. The Negro has had two professions, his own medicine, dentistry, law, or psychiatry, and he's had the profession of being a Negro. And many of us have come out here to escape from this second profession of being a Negro. And we are out here a while and we're working in our own field, and then we find out that here these same problems are falling on the heels of 1,600 Negroes a month that come into Los Angeles. Now this gives us problems. It's our own view. It's our own identifying with these Negroes that are coming in with their carpetbags that causes us problems.
This is a basic embarrassment that we as Negroes have. We want to live together, yet we want to sort of scatter to the far winds and live amongst white people.
Jackson, Tennessee.
So from an NAACP, starting with this case, we are looking for the woman in question to be charged. But when I look at it from a societal perspective, what message is that? And in terms of the word, these are not just words. These are words that people have been killed because of. People have been lynched because of it. So it's not just a word. And with the viciousness in terms of how that was done, and then the attack on a child, we just can't let it stand.
We're strongly recommending that the city attorney and or the county attorney explore every law on the books that can hold this woman accountable for what she did.
All right, folks. So you saw that, right? You saw those videos, those clips, and it's sad. It's sad. You saw those two young college students, white females, for those of you who were just listening, who lost their lives at the hands of repeat offenders, at the hands of black men, that the black community failed. And I would say it that way. Yes, the black community failed because they continue to not hold them accountable. Point fingers elsewhere, no accountability, all excuses, white men this, white men that, things like that. Like the first college student was in Columbia, and she was from North Carolina, visiting friends in Columbia, South Carolina, and she was where she was supposed to be, but the criminal, who's a repeat offender, was not, obviously. And black people, and I will close out with this. This is just a question, and of course, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. But are y'all tired of being treated as though you are the least intellectual? And I'm gonna clear it up this way in regards to that question, because apparently, like that a repeat offender, for example, um, he had a rap sheet. He has a rap sheet. And instead of him being behind bars where he should have been, he was allowed to run the streets, and therefore that college student lost her life. And let me make sure I get her name right, because I don't want to just make it sound like she's just nothing. Hold on a second. All right, I apologize for that. So her name was Logan Federico. She was aspiring to be a teacher, and she was visiting friends in South Carolina. And early Saturday, um, Dickie, who is the black doctor who the white man is trying to keep down, broke into the home where she was staying and took her life. And again, like he had a rap sheet, right? He went on a shopping spree with the stolen credit cards from the house, right? And the car that he had driven was obviously stolen as well. So he's got all these priors. Um, why was he still allowed to be on the streets? New York City, the same thing. A lot of black men out there. There was a time where, and it's more than likely still going on, but they were just uh, sucker punching elderly people. Most of them were Asians, and then you had the whole hashtag in Asian hate type thing, you know? And then that faded after they found out that most of the Asian hate was coming from black people. But regardless, they were allowed to just walk, okay? A lot of crimes out there that are being committed that are just being dismissed, it's an ongoing trend. And they're just giving them slaps on the wrist. So do you not feel like that's like a slap in the face that you don't know how to differentiate between right and wrong? That they treat you like you're just not capable of doing so? I mean, I just it's a genuine question, really, because that should never happen. It's like you guys, oh, your color makes you incapable of being able to uh abide by the law and do what's actually truly right and actually be something better than a criminal. Is that? I just want to know. I just want to know. Again, drop it in the comments below. But hey, again, I appreciate you all stopping in. Y'all have a blessed week. Please continue to show back up, listen to my content, share it, and of course, always keep God first. Stay prayed up. Don't let the black fatigue get to you, all right? There's better things out there. Sometimes you just need to turn off the social media and the news and go find you a good book or go play with your dog or something, all right? But again, appreciate it. Talk to you all later. God bless.